evening. Still going for the winter penny. Not because it's super cold, but you know, it's not warm enough for summer penny yet. Need to reposition my webcam because apparently my cats fell from their napping station, which is next to my drawing station, meaning they fell on top of my Cintiq. But all seems well. No scratches. There we go. Let's put the socials. Don't really have the most perfect ID just yet, but at least a ID. Whew. And I was a bit late. Still early for me, but I was a bit later than planned. I was all ready, and then I saw an update from a channel I follow. It's called Doodle Date, of a British couple. Yeah, and one of their guinea pigs passed away, so I wanted to support them, and I support them by watching the video. But yeah, it's sad. I know all about losing a furry family member, and it just feels like a lot of pets are passing away. Niels Kooijman from the Efteling News lost his cat unexpectedly. His other cat was sick, and then that was finally looking okayish, and then his other cat just suddenly deteriorated. Well, we know all about that as well with Vladimir and Faros. Though with Faros he didn't get better, but he got a lot more time than they expected. I have friends who are losing their cats. I have people I follow who are losing their cats. And they all seem to be of old age or illness, so it doesn't seem like there is a virus going on or something like that. It all seems their time. It's just so sad. I found a new technique for my calis, my borders and stuff, and I can do that with Clip Studio Paint, just a little bit more handwork. And I was asked to redo one thing, so I need to do one. So that's probably something I'm gonna do after the penny stream, because you know, well, you probably don't know, but this week is cleanup in the storage. I'm gonna watch after the stream because that's not very suitable for the stream. Might get copyright strike. That's the kind of thing. So but yeah, this week is storage cleanup from Fantasy Fest. Looking for items that will be going to an event that Ambran will be going to. I actually forgot where it was, but you can find it on socials. I reposted it on Instagram anyway. Let me see if I can find back easily. But, they will also take the mini prints binder along, so you can get the final art, and my art is in there as well. I won't be there as well. Library Lokhal in Tilburg, Fabricon. They will be giving their tea ceremony workshop. Free entry from 11 to 12, 28th of March this year. So if you want to go to a library that hosts some Japanese events and they have a tea ceremony, you can go there for free. They will be taking away their books, the cooking books. The same I have on my stand. The CDs, the prints, the binder prints, and their tea set. I think that was everything they asked me to take along. So yes. So if you want to buy something from Ambran, you can get it over there. Now also, I'm really yawning a lot. I do have some stories to tell, but first posting all online. Is there anyone in chat already? Hello. Yes, it's indeed in a library. The interface of Restream changed. I don't like changes, but it looks nice. It's slick. But yeah, things have changed. Grr. Okay. Need to delete a lot of things before I can start. So yeah, I was watching a video support to someone who lost their furry family member. What's the other news we have? Kittens. Well, my Cintiq apparently. Wait, so I can. It needs to be actually 2 weights. One quite small and thin that I can put on the front of my microphone. Is my microphone, by the way, still fine? I'm hearing no complaints in the comments, but just asking. And one in the back needed. So hopefully it will stay better when they accidentally fight again or play fight and go on my Cintiq again. Other news is growing. Okay, they haven't grown yesterday as opposed to the day before, but the past few days they have been growing. Past weeks, months, by the way. Oh wow, there's actually an update over there. Need to check an order because it says there's an update, but confident it would actually be. This one's set to be shipped. It wasn't shipped. Shipment cancelled, so I need to at least 2 shipment cancelled. I just need to ask for a refund. I can do that after the stream. But not something for new now. I ordered the prints, the limited edition AnimeCon prints. I mentioned it before on, I think, the craft stream. I ordered them. I needed to order 25. I wanted to order 10, but yeah. The minimum order was 25. I will keep them on the same price that I initially wanted, 10 euros. I think that's a decent price for an A4 print on a very, very sturdy paper, 350 grams. Um, I also will add bonuses like greeting cards, handmade stickers, and I'm going to include the coloring print Offense to the Senses. So I'm just going, as an exclusivity, you can get that with those prints. At least that's the plan. I also ordered sleeves for them. They are supposed to arrive either next week or the week after. Was that all the information? Just checked on some of my 3D printables that I spray varnished and put a magnet behind. My space is apparently a bit moist, humid, because not even the paint is fully dry yet. But you know, it'll come, it'll come. It's not like I can do or use it right now, but at least a lot of them have magnets. And when the paint is dry, I can put the spray varnish over. There are a couple I need to fix on the front because I accidentally got a little bit of gold on there. Yes, Penny's still moving around. Yeah, but at least I think maybe Thursday I can start spray varnishing them and fixing some, and then I have all the yummy complete, which I really, really, really want to, because that's a big part of the coming year. And that gives a whole slate empty for drying. So I think that was all news. Then other news. Technically, I wanted to make a penny about it, but there's no information whatsoever. You see, when I got home today, I first need to take the train and then the tram. It's something I do very often, so it's not something new. And I often just miss the tram. The connections are not that great. So this time I heard a lot of sirens, and I was like, huh, okay, that's really a lot of sirens, but it sounds very close, but I couldn't see anything. And there I suddenly saw two officers on top of the stairs, and it's a huge set of stairs, and people pointing somewhere. And I was like, okay, they're pointing somewhere. Okay. But I was like, yeah, none of my business. I can try to ease up, but it's not going to help anything, and I probably not get any answers anyway. So I moved on to the tram, walked down the stairs, and I was like, because there's also a huge set of stairs over there, and I was like, huh, that's a lot of police officers. There were, I think, 5 vans, police cars, police inside and outside. And I was like, huh, something is going on. Maybe I can still catch my tram. And then I was like, okay, the police is interested in the tram. Yeah, that means I'm gonna miss my tram. Oh well. And I'm like, yeah, it's not something I can change, so don't care, just carefully walk there. Oh no, it's still going to move away. But the police was very interested in that tram. And of course, for those who don't know, I think 6 years ago, there was a lunatic who in the tram decided to shoot around with a gun and kill a couple of people. And the only crime those victims committed was sitting in that tram. So big lunatic. Don't talk about him. Forget him. Remember the victims. And Anyway, tram was moving away. Police was still agitated. And suddenly, just around the corner, it's like 25 meters out of the stop, the tram halted. Police was swarming around the tram. And I was like, okay, they are very interested in that tram. So I snooped a little bit close by, still on the stops, on the platform, so not doing anything illegal. Snapped 2 pictures of the police surrounding the tram and trying to make them anonymous as possible because, privacy and all. But yeah, technically, by law, you're allowed to make those pictures, and I only send them to my loved ones. So I'm a bit late. Here's why. And then first they opened the doors. Police was heading inside. They got out again. Nothing happened. Then they get to the back of the tram. They got in. And yeah, a couple of people came out with the police officers. Some voluntarily. Some had a little bit of a objection. And then one of those 3 teens was like, hey, what are you doing, guys? And the police was like, we're not in the mood for this. Go away. Do not become a person of interest. That guy was like, I'm allowed to be here. Yeah, you may be allowed to be there, but if the police is trying to pick up, I heard rumors about 11 people, but rumors, hence why I can't make a penny about it. Were picked up. You do not want to make it a full dozen. So yeah, people were pulled out. I don't know what happened. Since it was just the police and no bulletproof vests and things like that. And I heard rumors about them carrying bags. I'm thinking about, shoplifting, a group of people like pickpockets, something like that. I don't know what's it about. News doesn't mention anything about it. So the only reason I'm sure it happened because I have 2 pictures. But I don't know what it was about. I did not make pictures of the people being pulled out of the tram. I was like, yeah, that's going too far. I should not get pictures of them. Yeah, it could be anything. So making a penny about that would be speculation. Technically, it didn't happen in Nieuwegein. So I'm opting to make an advertisement for 2 events. That's this weekend. One on in the whole weekend and one on Sunday only. So that I'm gonna type some stuff and I do that without the chat. So I'm gonna check if there was still no news about the event. Tank gas in get gas in Belgium, apparently. No, still no news. So I don't know what happened. It's just like a gang being invited to stay for a cup of coffee. I'm just gonna. Usually, if it's not on RTV Utrecht, it's also not on the. Nope. So seriously, I have no idea. Other new session. No information that makes me conclude it was not a very heavy crime. Probably still a crime, otherwise you wouldn't have been pulled out of the tram and resist and all, but if it would have been drugs, it would have been mentioned. If it was terrorism, would have been mentioned. So I am thinking pickpocketing, shoplifting, maybe bikes stealing. If the rumor of bags is true, I'm thinking shoplifting. But yeah, excitement! And I was in the tram right after. And at my stop, the signals were not working. It's a spot with technically no signals for years, but it finally got a system, probably because someone is living nearby and is kind of dependent on audio. So I saw that person. I've seen that person more often, assisted more often, but they probably don't remember me. That's okay. So they were standing there and waiting and waiting, and I was like, "There's no tram. You can cross safely." Oh, thank you, thank you. And then told them about the delay, and he was like, "What? That happened? Oh, someone I know was in that tram. I should ask them if they know anything about it." So yay, bonding. If it would have been Zwartriders, they wouldn't have had about 6, 7 vans of police going ever there. And yes, the drawing will come. This is just the update of the news, because otherwise I can't draw. It's in my head, it's buzzing. Some people are here for more than just the art. It's all being very yay. I also got new rights on Twitch because I suddenly have more than 50 followers. I already could put people up for moderators. I can now also have VIP people, and yeah, those who've been with me from the start are now VIP. I have no idea what extra rights you could get with that. You can't be a moderator and VIP. You have either or stuff like that. But yeah. So we have a couple of VIPs now. Did you actually get a notification that you became a VIP, by the way? Let me check first. Whatever. Checking for spelling. Yes. Okay, this is going to those who are offline or not in chat or whatever. Ooh, you got a diamond next to your name. Fancy. Any special rights or emoticons all of a sudden? I can appoint 10 people to VIP, and I'm hereby going to state it. Please do not ask to become a VIP. They're pretty much already allocated. Huh. I can... Oh, wait. Here's my 4 on Twitch, 2 on YouTube. And starting recording. Where is my pen? Oh, here's my pen. So I can make VIPs and it's pointless. Okay, well, congrats. And here you have the pointless diamond. But you got a diamond. Gonna put it a bit bigger. Don't worry, balloons will be fixed at the end. But yeah, you guys probably, those who know me, I don't really like it when people ask for things. So feel free to educate me everything about the VIP. I just thought like, yeah, I could make everyone a moderator who was with me from the beginning, but it's pointless to have so many moderators. Might change in the future, by the way. If I get popular or whatever and need more moderators, then I will ask people who, if they want to be moderator. And I'm probably gonna start with my VIP members, because it means you lose for VIP, but you get moderator. I don't know if they have boomboxes over there, but you know, it's experimental, so this is an experimental boombox. I also noticed that I have 3 moderators at the moment. I didn't know about the third one, but apparently that's Restream. Restream is the third moderator. So if I ban someone here, it should be also ban someone from Twitch. Not sure about it, so I still count on my moderators. If my moderators, by the way, no longer want to be a moderator, then they can exchange it for VIP, as long as I have VIP space. I mean, I have 10 spaces and most are already filled. Are we getting visitors? Needs to be higher as well. Okay, line arting. But yeah, this was the first time since, hey, hello, since I had something to share actually. Yeah, you finally know your way up there. Ooh, we're getting both brothers here. Remy is already in his sleeping station. You have to climb a bit to get there. Yeah, you're very close to the microphone as well. Ja, spring maar. Kom op, je moet het leren. Goed zo. Dan naar de volgende. Moet je hierop. Goed zo. Dan moet je hierop. Yes. Eentje verder. Hier zo. Hier moet je zijn. Ga maar hoog. Apparently not. Yeah, well, maybe in the future. I still have one webcam spare, but maybe in the future. Right now, I have a bit too much junk up here. Also privacy. Also, why are you not going to sleep with your brother? By the way, for my prints, because I completely forgot to mention it, I am going to number them. I already made a certificate that I can print on my thermal printer. Niet op het toetsenbord. Hop, gaat eraf. Sorry, need to get the cat. Okay, where did you go? Well, kat en Joe. They love jumping on the keyboard. But yeah, cat cam might be something for the future. I might have an idea where to put them, but I also need an empty USB port. And that might actually be the biggest challenge with me. Wait, what is he eating? No, weird. Okay. Apparently, Freddy wants to sleep at the hidden cat space. And Remy is now going to join him. Unless he's going to step on my keyboard again. Nee. Ja, Freddy's going downstairs. Nee, ik ga er vanaf. Oh, blijf staan nu. Yeah, I suddenly have 53 followers and I have no idea where they're coming from. But yeah, the cats are a distraction. They're still young, love to climb on top of everything and then break it. And numb on plants, especially numb on plants. And we're really hoping they grow out of that phase anytime soon. Well, Remy and Verdi do like looking along with computer games and stuff. And Remy also tries to game along, but if my love is playing The Division, kind of like a Call of Duty game, then it's not really helping. Kun je nou even kiezen, beneden of boven, maar niet heen en weer. Oké, jij gaat daar liggen. The Hidden Cat Space is a space I made for Vladimir and Varos, especially for Varos when his final days were nearing. But they actually didn't use it. We also got news that their vaccination is coming up. Sounds like they're breaking things again. Sorry, need to check again. Wat zie je doen, joh? Serieus? Apparently, they've been climbing onto things and I hadn't noticed, and now I have a lot of things to clean up in my upcoming vacation. They also managed to pull out a drawer in our bedroom. And we didn't notice that. So imagine walking in the dark and you suddenly come across an open drawer. That was not a fun experience in the middle of the night. Yeah, let's call it the place is haunted. I think I know the ghosts. Did I also already mention that I sent in my AnimeCon banner? I haven't got a response yet if it was received, so I think I'm going to mail if they already received it. So that's something I need to do as well. And I'm just going to omit the eyes. Let's see, it's the... So yeah, my 2-week vacation is coming up next week, which will be filled with cleanup, crafting, and no responsibilities except for 2 cats. And it's probably going to be filled with a lot of people who suddenly want a lot of attention from me. Because every time I have a vacation, suddenly it's like, oh, I need you for this. Oh, I arranged that. And I was like, I was having a vacation. I want to sleep late, do nothing. So, yeah. But usually something happens and then... Why are you suddenly so thick? What's going on? Okay. So I need a bit of 80s look. Well, I don't really know what it is except those big hair things, which I didn't had, but someone I know did. So I'm just going to make it a bit more poofy. Yeah, we're back again. You gonna sleep now? Well, no, Mo. Well, sleeping is fine. You can be here if you sleep. Not if you break everything. And I want to work on Art of War book 7, of course. For the record, this is not a must-be canon outfit. If you ever want to make 80s Penny, don't worry. Just go crazy. And I think I'm gonna give Penny Haven't done much loose hair, Penny. But since her hair is always in two pigtails, it keeps that shape. One of the voids is back, by the way. The biggest. We don't know who of the two is the eldest, but I don't think we'll ever find out. And if one is older, it's probably older just a little bit. But just the biggest of the two has joined us and is napping. But yeah, I am willing to consider a cat cam. But it will not be a priority, and I do need a setup that also preserves my privacy. And I think I know a way, and I need an empty USB port. But I have a lot of things hooked up at USB permanently, so... And I already have a couple of hubs where you can add more than one. Does this make sense? Well, it always makes sense if I say it does make sense, but you know. That's not what I wanted. I just wanted to duplicate the layer. There we go. And then I need, yes, this one. Duplicate that one. Merge that. Duplicate that one. Multiply it and lock it. This one can be hidden, the original, and this can be used for coloring. So you finally can sleep sweetly. I actually don't even know if you can see the cats because they're just so black. And I'm going to try something new for the 80s penny. But I first need to draw this, color this the normal way. Oh, seems I missed a line. Luckily, I can fix that. Then the skin tone. This is still the easy part. Smeltjan is still easy. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if a cat cam is useful because, you know, they're black on a black kitty bed and I can't guarantee they'll be there all the time. I completely forgot to do this one. First basic penny because that makes it easy. Okay. And I'm going to do the glasses. It's those see-through glasses, those very useless ones. But yeah, that's a bit tricky to draw. Don't think I'm gonna keep that. I think I'm going to use a different color for that. I think that this looks better. Don't really like introducing new colors, but you know, sometimes you have to for the design. I'm gonna make this one orange. Just so it will pop a little bit more. Seems like I missed a spot here as well, so I'm just gonna do it like this. Huh. Maybe I should draw the underside as well. Of course, you can't see everything because of skin and all. And it's experimental, you know, that's my excuse. Perspective doesn't work in experimental. I also checked my finances, and I almost made €2.50 of streaming because of streaming. And that's, well, I believe I got somewhere last year. I got monetized. So yeah, if you ever consider streaming, unless you have a big fan base, and I'm not meaning those windy rotating ones, don't bother. Just keep on doing it for the fun of it. Don't quit your day job. And I don't intend to quit my day job because I actually like my job. It's weird, I know. Head count. Wait, did the chat move on without me? Was having a vacation. Meow. Start following Twitch too. 80 music. 50s penny. Maybe it's time for an 80s cosplay. Yes, do. Time to find some fluorescent fabrics. Oh, I love that. And hairspray. Lots of hairspray. Not too musical, please. Aerobics also was 80s. Yeah. Tudor penny. I know of the era, but I'm not looking up things. Neon lighting. Two 80s pennies. The 1980s and the 14 pennies. And spammer. Add to block stream in restream chat, but I'm probably gonna need my moderator to report it as a whole. Chat moved on, but the system didn't scroll along, so I didn't know chat moved on. Sorry. Already wondered why everyone was so silent. Almost thought you all forgot about me. But yeah, I'm just going for the classic old-timey looks. If I want to go for historical accuracy, accuracy, whatever, then you're looking at the wrong spot. Here we draw for fun. But anyway, at AnimeCon, I will have new things. So, prints, probably a couple more acrylic bookmarks, handmade, jars, those little candy jars with, whatchamacallit, with duplicate blind bags. Fortunately, no book 7 yet. A bit of browning. And then we get Penny of the 80s. That might be a bit too much. This one I'm looking for. I'm just going to need a bit bigger. Oh, whoops. I need a new layer. And I need it slightly smaller. I want to make it look 80s bright, but not that bright that you're almost dying. I think this is fine. And of course I will make a couple new magnets. But mostly the same designs. So that's new for AnimeCon. And I still hope to make, finish the, at least I can sell a DIY Miku, but hopefully I can finish the magnet version as well. And yeah, if there's new things, that means the old things are going to move away from the table. I'll still have some with me in case I sell out and I need something to fill the table with. Had that happening at Fantasy Fest. And we also sold a lot of um, a lot of pencils. So if you're interested in color and pencils, please come join us, because they're going like crazy. And for the cosplayers, if you ever cosplay one of my characters, I'm okay with changes. I mean, someone cosplayed Naraku first episode Naraku, and they said like, yeah, if I'm not doing this, then it will fall off, and then I'm here standing in first appearance Naraku. And I was like, yeah, that actually makes sense, and I incorporated that in the new official design. So never feel obligated to make it one-on-one. Also, hydrate. Why didn't you guys tell me to hydrate? Most I had to make bigger, but this one needs to be smaller. No. Why are you being mean to me? I need this one, and I need to move it over here. I need to make it thinner, and I need to turn it ever so slightly. Okay, text check time. Meanwhile, I can start up the text file. I have trouble pushing in buttons. Another reason why I want those heavy shiny keyboards. Did look for how they spelled their company name, Zeeblap, apparently this way. Sometimes I wished I had two screens recorded so I can type one, work on the other, because now I have to wait. Wait. Okay, thank you for confirmations. So this can be saved and I'll send that after the stream. Stop recording. Should have stopped that recording a lot easier, sooner. We're heading to the 18-year anniversary. Yeah, I can sing so wonderfully. That's the wrong program. Well, you start up in your time and I start up in my time. But yeah, I also want to start working on the penny 6. I do have an idea for a nice penny artwork. I do have to work it out, but I think I can manage. But I think it's going to be a nice print instead of cover, because for the cover it might not make that much sense. But I'm not going to spoil just yet, because then people are going to have ideas and say how they want to see it or give their own suggestions, and I don't want suggestions. I want to make it all by myself, and if I do need help, I'll ask. But yeah, you guys know me. I have something in my head, and then I don't want anyone. That's the banner. Good. Now, because I was asked to redo the Kali, this one can close because you're not needed. Still use that program, just not that much anymore because it's a bit unreliable for me at the moment. I needed to have this border. And that's going to be the base. Because apparently some of the shapes can be seen as a little bit suggestive. And well, you probably are like, okay, we're just not going to risk it. You have people who look and just want to make trouble, so I'm just going to redo it. Okay, that's... Downside is I'm not good at making straight lines. Well, this will have to do, because this is as straight as it's going to get. If I'm busy with it, I might as well change a little bit more. Yoo-hoo. Something is missing. Something is messing with my text. Why are you stuck? Nah. Ah, okay. So something is moving again. Let's first save this. So now again, something is off here. Something was stuck. That's the wrong folder. And yes, I actually want to have a turtle here somewhere, but I don't know where without it looking very messy. Okay, so that's the first layer. Then I'm going to duplicate it. Zoom, zoom. Gonna take a while. Okay. This is the boring part. I need to put this into a folder. Because if I duplicate the folder then, I duplicate 2 in a row. Zoom. There we go. Fix that. Bit too much. And technically, I don't really like making these kind of borders that much. But this is for the first coloring book I joined. They're going to reprint it. And they wanted some more of my border art. Just to spice it up and make it match the second book more. The contents of the art is pretty much the same. Just some extra spice. But yeah, borders are a bit boring to make for me. Because it's also a lot more work. I just don't like doing it. And always I make a lot of designs. And about 80% doesn't make the cut. Of course, I'm allowed to use the patterns whenever I want. Even the ones that are used in the coloring book. I think this is enough. I'm gonna add a little UFO. Because why not? And a little UFO over here. That looks like more a bun than a space bun. Okay, so this is a part of a border. I'm still learning, so I'm duplicating it and working with this one. Okay, I don't want a ruler in here. Okay, this is looking fine. Lock these. Put it in a folder because that makes it easier. Select the folder, make it a bit smaller. Keep aspect ratio. Wait, first this. Keep aspect ratio, make it a bit smaller. And then duplicate the layer. And then I'm going to make a layer called fill. Farady's coming up again. He's a very noisy one. You always hear what he's doing. And this is a little nod to my own series, The Free Moons. Probably no one's gonna notice, but that's okay. Yeah, you're going to your brother? Just going to fill some spaces I consider a bit too empty. You know, practice makes perfect, so one day I'll probably be a lot better at creating borders. Triangle, because you know, why not? Now it looks like a face. Wonder if anyone's gonna notice that. Need a little bit of here. I don't like this star. Too much of a top. Yeah, I think this is the only spot left, so. And there we have a decorative border. More or less repeating, but not fully. And it's probably gonna need half of it, but that's okay. should have discovered this technique with the previous one. Then I could have hidden a couple of turtles. And we're gonna make, what's the highest number? I think 14, 16 is the highest number. So we're gonna make something 16. Needs to be a square anyway, but first thing we're gonna do is see what it does. Okay. That's a very nice shape. I'm quite sorry I deleted it, but and I probably won't know what I can use myself before the new coloring book comes out. But then again, I can use whatever I want. They ask for something that can be used, and it's even allowed to be old art. Not sure what I would use it for. Maybe one day make a Kali coloring book for those who want to go crazy. I love making these intricate designs. Needs to be space themed, which is a bit tricky, you know. Yeah, I think it could become too complicated if I add even more. It looks a bit like an ice crystal. Has a few space themed elements. Gonna make one more after this. Where's my mouse? Lost my mouse. I used to love drawing tulips as a kid, so of course the tulips I draw nowadays are slightly better, not much, than the ones I did back then. I don't think this is space themed. You can make space tulips. I am going to send it in because, you know, I can, and maybe something is useful to them. I don't like that shape. Still a space around the line here. You can only have one symmetry. With the Kali one, you can have multiple symmetries at the same time. So that's a downside about this thing. But you know, let's make something a bit bigger. Don't even know what I'm making. Nah, that's not even appealing to me. Maybe something fleur-de-lis inspired. I'm deliberately not looking for examples so I don't get inspired too much. More like a magical girl locket this way. I don't like those little nubs attached. I just want them. And then the final spot. That is actually quite nice. That was too much, then you can't see it's a tulip anymore. I like this last pattern. I have no idea what it is, but it looks nice. Technically, I should put this in my March folder, but I have it all in the February folder and I'm going to keep it like that. So yeah, got an assortment of random elements that can be used for any book, I think. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do for today. Got some penny to send. Got to mail the AnimeCon if they got my file. What else? What else? What else? Need to cancel 2 orders if it allows me, by the way. And some emails. So this is it for today. By the looks of it, I can stream Sunday, but always cross your fingers. Because I don't really know. Maybe I get too tired. Maybe I'm like, I really don't want to be online. So stuff like that. So I'll be seeing you. Bye bye.